You ever feel like your balance just isn't what it used to be, but you can't quite figure out why? It doesn't always happen with a fall. Sometimes it begins with small things. Holding the wall when getting dressed, taking shorter steps on uneven ground, or feeling a bit unsure stepping off a curb. And before long, that quiet loss of balance becomes a loud fear of falling. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. Balance doesn't disappear overnight. In most cases, it fades because of 5 very preventable mistakes. And the good news is, once you know what those mistakes are, you can stop the decline and, in many cases, even reverse it. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 most common mistakes that quietly steal balance from older adults. Each one may seem small on its own, but when they add up, they can take away your stability, your confidence, and your freedom. And if you're someone in your 60s, 70s, or beyond who wants to stay steady on your feet, without fear, without hesitation, these insights could be the difference between a cautious step and a confident stride. So stick around until the end, because we're not just pointing out what's going wrong, we're giving you real ways to change it. Starting today, let's get into it. Mistake 1, neglecting ankle and foot strength. Most people think balance starts in the brain or hips, but in truth, it often starts much lower in your feet and ankles. Your ankles are the first part of your body to respond when something shifts beneath you. Whether you're walking on grass, stepping off a curb, or catching yourself from a stumble, your ankles are what adjust your posture, absorb shock, and send signals up to your brain to keep you upright. But as we age, we tend to lose strength and flexibility in this area simply because we stop using it. Shoes with thick soles, years of walking only on flat indoor surfaces, and a lifetime of avoiding barefoot movement can all contribute to stiff, weak ankles. And when that happens, even small imbalances go uncorrected, leading to wobbles, hesitation, and eventually falls. I once met a man named George, 76, who said he felt like his feet were slow to react. He hadn't sprained anything, and his vision was fine, but he found himself stumbling more. When we tested his ankle range of motion, it was severely limited. After just 2 weeks of doing simple foot circles, towel scrunches, and standing calf raises, his balance improved. "I didn't think my feet mattered that much," he said. "Now I know better." To test yourself, try standing barefoot and rising up on your toes. Can you do it without wobbling? Then try standing on one foot. Do your ankle muscles feel awake and responsive? If not, you're not alone. But it's a sign that your foundation, the very base of your balance, is calling out for more attention. Strengthening your ankles and feet doesn't require fancy equipment. It starts with waking up the muscles again. Walk barefoot on safe, varied surfaces. Roll a ball under your foot. Stretch your calves. Practice slow, mindful steps that encourage active foot engagement. Because when your feet and ankles are strong, your body stands taller, moves smoother, and recovers faster from missteps. You'll notice it in the way you turn, step sideways, or react to sudden changes in direction. Neglecting ankle and foot strength may seem minor, but it's often the first domino in a chain of balance problems. And once you correct it, the rest of your system has a fighting chance to stay stable, safe, and strong. Mistake 2, avoiding balance training altogether. The second mistake is something that seems harmless at first, but quietly chips away at your stability over time. It's simply avoiding any kind of balance training. Most people don't think about balance as a skill that needs practice. We treat it like breathing, something that just happens. But the truth is, balance is a complex ability that involves your muscles, joints, inner ear, vision, and nervous system all working together. And like any skill, if you don't challenge it, it fades. The older we get, the more cautious we become. We walk slower. We avoid unstable surfaces. We stop reaching or twisting too far. And while that caution can help prevent short-term falls, over time, it creates a dangerous feedback loop. The less we challenge our balance, the worse it gets. I once worked with a woman named Linda, 73, who told me, "I just try not to move too fast anymore." When we did a few simple balance drills, like standing with feet close together or walking heel to toe down the hallway, she was shocked by how unstable she felt. "I had no idea I'd lost that," she said. "I thought I was being safe, but I've been playing it too safe." Balance training doesn't have to be risky or extreme. It can be as simple as standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, doing gentle Tai Chi movements, walking in a straight line with arms extended, or even just standing with your feet together and closing your eyes for a few seconds. These small challenges light up the pathways between your brain and body. They reteach your muscles how to adjust, shift, and stabilize quickly. And over time, they rebuild confidence, not just physically, but emotionally. Because a person with good balance walks taller. They reach for things without second guessing. They move through crowds without shrinking. And most importantly, they trust their body. If you've been avoiding balance work out of fear, hesitation, or just habit, know that your system is still trainable. Even in your 70s or 80s, those neural connections can be rebuilt. You just have to ask for it. Don't wait until a fall wakes you up. Wake up now with just 5 minutes a day of intentional balance work. Because the best time to train your stability was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Mistake 3, using improper or unstable footwear at home. The third mistake many seniors make is wearing the wrong kind of shoes at home, or worse, walking around barefoot on slippery floors. While it might seem like a small thing, it's one of the easiest ways to set yourself up for a fall. Our feet are the foundation of our balance. If you're wearing worn-out shoes with no arch support, slippers that slip off your feet, or walking barefoot on hardwood or tile, your feet can't do the work they were designed to do. They lack the grip, support, and stability needed to respond to changes in terrain. I met Jack, 79, who told me, "I used to just walk around in socks, even at night." He didn't think much of it until one evening. He slipped on a rug and nearly fell. "It wasn't the rug," he said, "it was my socks. I didn't realize how much traction I was losing." When you wear shoes with thin soles or no grip, your feet slide around inside, making you unstable. Similarly, if you wear shoes with high heels or too much cushioning, you lose contact with the ground, which makes it harder for your brain to make quick adjustments. So what should you wear instead? The best option is shoes that provide proper arch support, a flat sole, and non-slip grip. Look for shoes designed specifically for seniors, or just a good, supportive sneaker. And for indoor use, you'll try slip-resistant socks or non-slip house slippers that fit securely on your feet. The goal isn't to wear shoes just for looks. It's to give your feet the traction and support they need to keep you steady. The wrong footwear, whether indoors or outdoors, can make you less confident and less stable. But proper shoes do the opposite. They give you the foundation to move freely, safely, and confidently. It's one of the easiest fixes you can make today. Check your shoes. Make sure they fit well, provide support, and keep you grounded. This small change can have a huge impact on your balance, confidence, and safety. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Mistake 4, over-reliance on furniture or walls to walk. The fourth mistake that affects balance is relying too much on furniture, walls, or other objects for support as you walk around the house. It may feel safer, but in reality, it's one of the worst things you can do for your balance in the long run. When we use walls or furniture to help us walk, we're actually preventing our body from using its muscles and reflexes to their full potential. Each time we grab onto a railing or lean on the counter, we tell our body, "I don't trust you to keep me steady." Over time, our muscles become weaker, and our sense of balance gets worse because we've stopped using those critical systems for stability. Think about Sarah, 75, who had been using her cane to walk from room to room for years. She didn't think much of it until one day she realized that her cane had become her primary source of stability, not just a helpful tool, but a crutch. We worked on exercises that involved standing and walking with no support, and over time, Sarah's confidence grew. "I didn't even realize how much I was relying on the walls," she told me. "Now I can move more freely." The more we lean on external support, the more we risk losing strength in the muscles that are essential for balance. The muscles in your legs, hips, and core, the very ones that keep you upright, become lazy. They stop reacting quickly to sudden shifts in weight or direction. Try this test for yourself. Walk across your living room without holding on to anything. Can you do it easily, or do you feel the need to grab something as soon as you start to move? If you feel unstable, it's time to start practicing walking without any support. Start small. Take a few steps without holding anything, then grab a chair or a countertop for balance when you need it. Gradually increase the distance you walk without help. Over time, you'll build your body's confidence in itself. It's also a mental shift. When you stop leaning on things for support, you're telling your brain that it can trust your body again. That simple act of walking without the crutch of external objects can build your independence, your strength, and your self-assurance. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Mistake 5, ignoring vision and inner ear health. The final mistake that contributes to balance loss in older adults is neglecting vision and inner ear health. Many people don't realize that your balance is directly tied to what you see and how your brain interprets those visual cues. If your vision isn't sharp, your brain struggles to process where your body is in space. Similarly, the vestibular system, or the inner ear, plays a huge role in helping you maintain equilibrium. As we age, both vision and the inner ear system tend to weaken, leading to a higher risk of imbalance. For example, Tom, 80, was always very active but started noticing that he would stumble more frequently, especially when walking outside or in unfamiliar places. At first, he thought it was just age catching up with him. After a visit to the eye doctor, he learned he had significant vision issues, which were making it harder for him to gauge distances and navigate uneven ground. Similarly, his ear health was declining, making him less aware of small shifts in his balance. Correcting both of these issues helped him immensely. He got updated glasses, and his hearing was improved with a hearing aid. "I never realized how much I was missing," he said. "Once I could see and hear better, I felt like I had my balance back." What's important to know is that vision problems and vestibular issues can be treated. Regular eye exams and checking for any signs of hearing loss are essential. Make sure you're wearing glasses that provide you with the clearest possible vision. And if you experience dizziness or vertigo, don't ignore it. See a specialist who can assess your inner ear health and recommend treatments if necessary. Many people simply accept the gradual decline in these areas as part of getting older. But addressing these issues early can be a game changer in maintaining your balance. When your eyes and ears work together, they send reliable signals to your brain. Your brain then uses these signals to adjust your movements and maintain your equilibrium, so you don't have to worry about sudden stumbles. Don't let poor vision or an untreated vestibular system steal your stability. By staying on top of eye and ear health, you're giving your body the best chance to stay balanced, steady, and independent. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. So now that we've covered the 5 most common mistakes that lead to balance loss, let's think about how you can make changes in your own life. It's not about perfection, it's about being proactive. Each of these mistakes can be corrected with a little awareness and some small, intentional steps. Strengthen your ankles and feet. Make balance training a part of your daily routine. Choose footwear that gives you the right support, and don't be afraid to move around without leaning on walls or furniture. Take care of your eyes and ears, and make sure they're doing their part to keep you steady on your feet. These small changes don't just help with balance, they help you feel more confident in your daily activities. Whether you're going for a walk, playing with your grandkids, or simply getting up from the couch, good balance is the key to staying independent, mobile, and free. And the best part is that it's never too late to start. Even if you've struggled with balance in the past, it's possible to regain it and often even improve it. By being mindful of these mistakes and correcting them, you'll be well on your way to a stronger, more stable future. Remember, your balance is a reflection of how well you've taken care of yourself over the years. And if you focus on these areas now, you'll be setting yourself up for a healthier, more confident future, one where you can continue moving, walking, and living fully for years to come. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a thought about what you'd do if a heart attack struck and you were completely alone. It's a scary thought, and unfortunately, it happens more often than we realize. Many people believe they'll have time or that someone will be there to help, but the truth is, the first few minutes are the most critical, and what you do or don't do can make all the difference. The good news is, even if you live alone or spend most of your time by yourself, you can still survive a heart attack if you act fast and know exactly what to do. In this video, we're going to walk through 7 crucial things you must do the moment a heart attack begins, and you're the only one around. These steps are simple, practical, and life-saving. You don't need medical training. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need to be prepared and stay calm. We'll break it down step by step how to recognize the first signs, what to take immediately, how to keep your heart from working too hard, and even what small actions you can take that could give you just enough time to get the help you need. Stay with us until the end, because the last few steps are the ones most people forget, but they might be what actually save your life. Don't wait until it's too late to learn what your body is trying to tell you. Let's get started. Number 1, recognizing the earliest warning signs. The first and most important step in surviving a heart attack alone is knowing what it feels like. Not just in your chest, but in your whole body. Most people expect a dramatic, crushing pain in the chest like you see in movies. But the truth is, real heart attacks often begin with much subtler symptoms. And those early signs can be easy to ignore until it's too late. What you're looking for is a deep, uncomfortable pressure or squeezing sensation in the center of your chest. It might feel like something is sitting on you, or like your chest is slowly being filled with cement. It could also come and go, making you think it's nothing serious. But if it lasts more than a few minutes or keeps returning, don't second guess it. Other early signs include shortness of breath, even without chest pain. You might feel like you just walked up a hill, even if you're sitting still. Some people feel pain in the arm, shoulder, neck, or jaw. Others get lightheaded, break out in a cold sweat, or feel nauseated and dizzy. And in some cases, especially for older adults or women, the pain may feel more like pressure in the back or stomach than anything in the chest. Let's take an example. Richard, 74, was sitting at his kitchen table when he felt a strange tightness under his collarbone, almost like heartburn. But then he noticed he couldn't take a full breath, and his hands began to sweat. He remembered reading that not all heart attacks start with pain. So instead of brushing it off, he acted. That decision may have saved his life. The body often whispers before it screams. And when it comes to heart attacks, those whispers are your only chance to take action before the damage begins. If you wait for the classic chest-clutching drama, you may already be too late. So the next time something feels off, and especially if it's a combination of pressure, shortness of breath, or unusual fatigue, stop what you're doing. Don't try to tough it out. Don't tell yourself it's just indigestion. Recognizing the warning signs is your first shot at survival. Treat them seriously, even if they seem small. Your life might depend on it. Number 2, calling emergency services immediately. Once you suspect that a heart attack may be starting, the very next thing you must do without hesitation is call 911. Do not wait to see if the symptoms go away. Do not try to drive yourself. And do not assume that you're overreacting. Calling emergency services is not only the fastest way to get help, it's the most effective thing you can do to stay alive. A heart attack isn't something you walk off. Every minute matters. The longer your heart muscle is starved of oxygen, the greater the damage. But when you call 911, trained professionals are already preparing as they drive toward you. They're bringing equipment, medication, and the ability to keep you alive. If your heart stops on the way to the hospital, what's more, if your symptoms worsen quickly, which they often do, you won't be able to help yourself. That's why trying to drive is one of the most dangerous choices people make. You could lose consciousness, cause an accident, or delay your own care. Let the professionals come to you. Think about what happened to Linda, 78. She felt a strange ache in her left shoulder, followed by a wave of nausea and a cold sweat. She thought about calling her son, but then she remembered a nurse once telling her, "If you're alone and might be having a heart attack, call 911 first, talk to your family later." She made the call. By the time the ambulance arrived, her symptoms had intensified, but the team was ready. They stabilized her on the spot. That phone call saved her life. You don't have to be sure you're having a heart attack to call for help. The dispatcher won't be upset if it turns out to be something else. In fact, they'd rather send help you didn't need than miss a chance to save your life. Keep your phone somewhere you can reach it easily, especially if you live alone. If you feel symptoms coming on and can't speak clearly, press the emergency call feature. Some phones have a shortcut to call for help even when locked. Learn where it is and use it. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, chewing an aspirin slowly and calmly. After calling emergency services, the next, most powerful action you can take is simple. Chew an aspirin. Not swallow, chew. And do it slowly, even if your hands are shaking. If you have access to a standard 325 milligram aspirin, and you're not allergic or on a blood thinner that would contraindicate it, This one step can significantly increase your chance of surviving a heart attack. Aspirin works by thinning the blood. It helps slow or prevent the growth of a blood clot that may be blocking one of your coronary arteries, the very thing causing the heart attack in the first place. By chewing the tablet instead of swallowing it whole, you get it into your system faster. Studies have shown this can buy valuable minutes, sometimes even enough to restore some blood flow before help arrives. It's important not to take aspirin on an empty stomach unless absolutely necessary. But in the event of a heart attack, the risk of clotting far outweighs that concern. Also, don't take coated or delayed-release aspirin. If it's all you have, chew it anyway. You want the effects to start as quickly as possible. Let me tell you about Joe, age 72. One morning, he felt a tightness spreading from his chest to his neck. He remembered he had a bottle of aspirin in the kitchen cabinet. He chewed one while sitting down and waiting for the paramedics. Later, his cardiologist told him that single action likely reduced the damage to his heart muscle. That little pill, he said, kept things from getting worse. If you live alone, make sure aspirin is easy to access, store, some in a nightstand, your kitchen drawer, or even in your wallet. Make sure it hasn't expired. And tell your loved ones where you keep it in case they ever need to help you. This small act may seem too simple, but it's grounded in science and practiced by emergency responders around the world. Chewing aspirin during the onset of a heart attack isn't just a tip, it's a proven intervention. And in those critical first minutes, it can be the difference between walking out of the hospital or never making it there at all. Number 4, sitting or lying down to protect your heart. Once you've called for help and taken aspirin, your next job is simple, but absolutely critical: stop moving. Sit or lie down in the safest, most comfortable position you can. This isn't the time to pace. Gather belongings or unlock doors unless it's absolutely necessary. Any additional physical effort puts more strain on your heart, which is already struggling to get enough oxygen. Ideally, you want to sit with your back supported, feet flat, and arms resting loosely. This helps reduce your heart's workload while you wait for paramedics. If you feel faint or lightheaded, lie down on your side with your head slightly elevated. And don't try to power through the discomfort. That mindset might have served you well in other parts of life, but in this moment, it's a risk you can't afford. It's common for people to feel embarrassed, calling for help and then sitting there doing nothing. But make no mistake, doing nothing is doing something. It gives your heart a chance to stabilize, it slows your breathing, and it keeps your body from burning through its already limited oxygen supply. Take the story of Alice, 81. When she felt pressure radiating across her chest, her first instinct was to clean up the kitchen and get herself together. But she remembered what her doctor once said: if you think it's your heart, sit down. Everything else can wait. She sank into her favorite recliner and waited for help. That stillness, she later learned, likely prevented her symptoms from escalating into full cardiac arrest. So if you ever feel those symptoms creeping in, pressure, shortness of breath, dizziness, don't try to finish what you're doing. Stop right where you are, or move as little as possible to a safer spot. Sit or lie still, breathe slowly, and let your body focus on just one job: surviving. And here's something simple but often overlooked. If you're on a chair without armrests, don't let your body slump. Keep your spine supported and your breathing open. The more relaxed and upright your position, the less effort your heart has to make. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, unlocking your door for emergency responders. If you still have enough strength after calling for help and settling down, one of the most helpful things you can do is unlock your front door. It may seem like a small step, but in an emergency, even seconds matter, and a locked door can delay treatment when time is everything. Paramedics are trained to break in if needed, of course, but forced entry adds time, causes damage, and might even startle or injure you if you're close to the entry point. Unlocking the door in advance lets them walk right in and begin care immediately. That simple act could save several minutes that your heart might not have. If you live alone, especially in an apartment or gated community, think through the logistics before a crisis ever happens. Is your door easy to open from the inside? Do you have a visible address? Is there a spare key someone close by can access? These are things that don't seem urgent until they suddenly are. Consider Paul, 76, who lives in a small condo. When his symptoms began, he called 911, chewed an aspirin, and unlocked his door, all in under 2 minutes. The paramedics said that single action helped them reach him 30 seconds faster and saved them from having to break in. "That's the last thing I would have thought of," he later said, "but it might have been what got me help just in time." If walking to the door feels too risky, don't do it. Sit down and focus on your breathing. But if you're close to the door and feel steady enough to reach it safely, go ahead and unlock it. You might also consider a smart lock with remote access or a medical lockbox for your key, especially if you live alone or have mobility challenges. It's a small act of preparation, but it sends a message to the people coming to save you. You're ready. You've done your part. Now it's their turn to do the rest. Number 6, using your phone's speaker or medical ID features. If you're waiting alone during a heart attack, your phone becomes more than just a communication tool, it becomes your lifeline. And one of the smartest ways to use it in that moment is by switching to speakerphone. This allows you to talk to emergency responders hands-free, so you can focus on breathing and staying as calm as possible without needing to grip your phone tightly or hold it to your ear. When you're under distress, even the act of holding something to your ear can make it harder to breathe. Using speakerphone not only reduces physical strain, but allows the dispatcher to hear you more clearly if you suddenly become too weak to talk. It also lets them listen for signs of your condition in the background, your breathing, your movements, even your tone. Beyond that, every smartphone now has something just as critical: your emergency medical ID. On an iPhone, it's accessible even from the lock screen. On Android phones, there's often a similar feature. It holds vital information like your age, allergies, medications, and medical conditions. If you're unconscious when paramedics arrive, this data can save time and guide decisions about your care. Take Susan, 79. She passed out just moments before help arrived, but because her phone had her medical ID set up, the paramedics knew immediately that she was diabetic and allergic to penicillin. That saved them from giving her something that could have made things worse. And they were able to call her daughter using the emergency contact listed right in the phone. Setting up this information takes less than 5 minutes, and it lasts forever. Include your name, birth date, any major conditions, medications you take, allergies, and 1 or 2 emergency contacts. It's not just for tech-savvy folks, it's for anyone who might one day need help when they can't speak for themselves. So if you ever feel those first signs of a heart attack coming on, use your speakerphone, stay connected, and trust the person on the other end. Their calm voice, steady instructions, and constant presence can make the waiting less terrifying. And if something happens before help arrives, your phone might still speak for you when you no longer can. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 7, slowing your breath to steady your heart. In the middle of a heart attack, it's easy to feel like panic is taking over. Your chest feels tight, your thoughts race, and every second seems louder than the last. But there's one final tool you still have: your breath. And if you use it well, it can calm your nervous system just enough to give your heart a better chance at holding steady. Controlled breathing isn't about curing the heart attack. It's about keeping your body from spinning into full-blown shock while help is on the way. The more anxious you become, the faster your heart may beat. But slowing your breath can gently pull that rhythm back down. You don't need a special technique. Just try this: breathe in slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds, hold it for a moment, then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Do it again. Focus on that one small rhythm. It gives your body something steady to anchor to, and it can help prevent your heart from going into dangerous arrhythmias triggered by stress. Consider what happened to Frank, 83. When the pain hit, he felt like he was drowning in fear. But he remembered a simple breathing exercise his doctor had taught him during a checkup. He focused on each breath, kept himself still, and let go of the panic. By the time the paramedics arrived, his heart was still unstable, but not in full arrest. "I just kept thinking, stay calm, stay alive," he later said. You can practice this breathing anytime. When you're resting, when you're feeling anxious, even when you're watching TV. The more familiar it feels, the more instinctively your body will return to it when the stakes are high. Your breath won't fix your arteries, but it can buy you time. It can keep oxygen flowing and help your heart hold on. And sometimes in those final moments before help arrives, that's the only edge you need. Stay still. Stay alive. Final thoughts. At the end of the day, surviving a heart attack alone isn't just about luck. It's about preparation, awareness, and calm action. These 7 steps may seem simple on their own, but together they form a powerful chain that can save your life. Recognize the warning signs. Call for help immediately. Take aspirin if you can. Sit or lie down to conserve your strength. Make it easier for help to reach you. Use your phone's tools wisely. And slow your breathing to keep your heart steady. Each one of these measures buys you a little more time. Each one gives you a little more control. And each one says something important, that even when you're alone, you're not powerless. Heart attacks can feel like the most frightening kind of solitude, but these steps remind you that you're not truly helpless. Not even for a second. You have tools, you have knowledge, and you now have a plan. So ask yourself, what stood out the most to you today? Was there a step you hadn't considered before? Or one that you now see in a different light? Think about how you can apply this to your own life, and maybe even share it with someone you care about. It might not just save your life, it could save theirs too. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.